Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to reading for the Libra eclipse, the new moon eclipse that's happening on October 14th. We're just going to jump right in here and see what's going on for you. You have this enthusiasm card and this acquisition card. So, I feel like some of you, this could be love that's coming in for you here. And I feel like you're feeling very enthusiastic about it, very excited about it as well. And, the interesting thing is, again, as well, I don't think it's true for all of you that you're finding love. But for those of you that are, here you go, Two of Cups. I feel like it has a much more stable start is what's popping into my head here. Kind of like what I'm getting is that maybe you're used to starting a relationship and you have that kind of like anxiety where you're like starting it and you feel anxious and you're like, if the person doesn't text you back right away, you start to like have those racing thoughts and stuff like that. I feel like this is much different. It's like you don't have that. And I feel like that's a good sign. Like, it's almost like if you're starting something, between now, the eclipse seasons can last for like 6 months. So you could be meeting a person, 6 months from now, between now and the next 6 months. And, again, I think that the thing that will probably stand out to you the most is that you don't get those like racing thoughts. You don't have those racing feelings or those like anxious thoughts. Maybe that's a better way to put it, right? And so, yeah, I think this is very good for those of you that want love. Even if you don't want love, again, the same thing applies. It's like you could maybe normally start a business or, start some work and maybe you get anxious. This looks like something to me where you don't feel anxious, where you feel like, oh, okay, like I know where things are going. You're much more, I get an energy of you being much more sure of yourself here. So I definitely like to see that. Again, you have this enthusiasm card and this acquisition card. So I feel like you are feeling very enthusiastic about your future and feeling like things are going in the right direction. A lot of happiness going on here. Also feeling very stable as well. So, I don't know. I think this could be a really good eclipse for you. And sorry, I'm just dropping cards. But you have the Four of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Two of Cups. Again, Four of Pentacles, I'm not like the biggest fan of Four of Pentacles. To me, it can represent holding on too tightly to the past. And, it's a miser card as well. Usually it's a card of blocked money flow as well. So again, sometimes it's like the problem, if you follow like the law of attraction, the problem with if you have no money and then you're afraid to spend money, then you're holding on to money. By holding on to money, you're creating, constricted money energy. And then because you don't have the flow, nothing flows into your life. It's like this big monster that you can create with the Four of Pentacles, right? But I actually feel, having said that, I feel pretty good about this. I feel like you are very focused on stability. So it's a much different energy than what I would normally get with the Four of Pentacles, which again, it can be tight and constricted. I do feel more open and free. Look at this. I mean, this right here would be very kind of like open to a new opportunity. Eight of Pentacles to the Ace of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles, he's like looking at what he's done and he's like, I wonder if there's something else I could do. And here you go. Boom. There's something else you could do right here with the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Eight of Wands in this row as well. So again, if you're looking for love, it looks to me like you could be meeting a person through socializing. Again, Eight of Wands is specifically my card of meeting someone by socializing. So if you want to meet a person, here you go. I would get out there and socialize. Could start out as communication. Eight of Wands, sometimes I feel as well, we can just start as friends. Like, it could be a person where you just start kind of talking to them. You're getting to know a person. You just see how things go. So, I kind of do get that here. I feel for others, there's just, you could just be communicating with a person and just talking. There has also, for all three water signs now, there has been this energy of speed. But this has been happening for like a little bit of time. And so I feel like things are really speeding up for you. You could be, there's like a lot of that catch up. I always make the catch up joke in your reading, Scorpio. So there's like a lot of catching up energy where the energy is catching up to you. And, I think this is a good thing. It's like making things happen faster in your life. It's like no longer feeling like you're just waiting and waiting and waiting for things to happen. You have the Two of Cups, again, another card of communication. This right here is the Staff of Hermes. And so, again, Hermes is Mercury. And I feel a lot of you could just be starting out by communicating with a new person. And it might just start with talk. Again, these two people are meant to look very different on the Two of Cups. And so you could be attracting someone who is very different than your usual type. You could be attracting a person who is just different in some way. And it's definitely popping into my head. Again, if you don't want love, this could be you just having a perfect match with an opportunity. I do feel even if you do want love, like I said, this right here looks to me like a perfect opportunity coming in for you. Like this could be whatever you want. Ace of Pentacles obviously could be financial. So it could be a new job opportunity, a new business opportunity, but it could be anything. Ace of Pentacles really is something that grows. So it could be anything that can grow. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is about seeing things clearly. So I feel like you see things very clearly. Interestingly enough, she would be facing in this direction here. So that would tell me that, maybe you see your love potential very clearly, or what you could attract in love. It could also just be saying literally that you see the future clearly because, again, she's going towards the future. This side over here is the future, basically. And so you just see the future, like what you need to do in your life. With the Eight of Wands, yes, like I said, Hermit is like moving at a snail's pace. There's a sloth right here. So, it's like you're going from, slow energy to energy speeding up. I kind of get that feeling of you finally have everything you need, so, if you've been waiting for certain things to fall into place for you to, start that relationship or to start a business or to start whatever it is you're starting, it's like everything has finally fallen into place, and that's allowing you to move forward. With the Two of Cups, you have the Moon. Yeah, not sure what you're going to do about this. Again, I get that feeling where it's like, again, I feel this is something that starts slow, and maybe it's because you don't have the feelings, maybe because you're not anxious and things like that. You're like, and maybe you're confusing yourself. So don't confuse yourself. Again, sometimes I say that, if you have the butterflies, that might just mean you have the shits, or that a person gives you the shits. So it's like, should we really be dating people who give us the butterflies? I would say probably not. I think that the butterflies can be your body being like, you don't want to date this person. This is a bad person. So, again, maybe you meet a person, maybe you don't feel anxious and stuff like that, and you're like, why don't I feel anxious with this person? Why don't I feel whatever with this person? But I actually feel it's a good thing. Take your time, of course. But I feel like the Moon is kind of like the questions, the questioning the situation. We even go to the Moon over here. It could be a Pisces. You have Pisces like 10 times in this reading, but what I would say is that this Moon is coming up in the area of the good stuff, this last row. So, just something to think about. Next, in the area of what you are releasing during this eclipse, because, this eclipse is kind of about releasing one thing and so that you can have something else. You have this koi fish spirit, says there's always enough. You have this dolphin, it says this and that are true. The this and that are true card is very, much the astrology that we're dealing with at this time. It's like whatever you believe to be true is true for you. That is kind of like the Temperance card as well, which you have here. And it's also kind of like the High Priestess. The High Priestess, your first card in this row, she is sitting in the middle. She is sitting in the neutral position in the tarot, which is just the middle of the card, and she's not facing one direction or the other. So, in a lot of ways, I feel that you could be releasing something that you used to think was true, and now you're realizing it isn't. It literally could be anything. I talk on and on and on about Neptune and Pisces, so I apologize, but, Neptune and Pisces is a direct challenge to traditional beliefs. Like maybe you grew up thinking that ducks were chickens and chickens were ducks, and now you're finding out that you were wrong your entire life. So, again, for some of you, you could just be changing a belief here, and now you understand the difference between a chicken and a duck, and now you can live your life in peace, right? So again, that's why we have Neptune and Pisces. It's so that we can just realize something and just be like, oh, okay, whatever, that is what it is, and we can just live in peace, right? And that's what I feel is going on here for whatever reason. It's like you're seeing the truth of something. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. So I do feel like you are definitely fitting in very well with the astrology of this eclipse. It's like you're looking at something that you've been working on for a long time, and you're saying to yourself, well, I got what I got out of it, and now I'm looking for a new opportunity. Very clear reading to me. You're looking for this right here. This is coming up, the Ace of Pentacles, in the area of what's coming in during this eclipse. So clearly, there's a new opportunity, a big opportunity coming in for you during this eclipse. We're going to talk about it in the next row. Next, you have the Two of Wands. Again, something is definitely complete. This right here, this wand back here stands on its own. He's reaching forward and grabbing this wand. So it's like he's reaching forward and grabbing something new in his life. And, I feel like there is something new, or you are reaching forward to something new in your life. And you're probably letting something from the past go. It does not have to be love. I feel that it could be anything. For a lot of you, I do feel it's work, because Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, like you're looking for something much more inspiring. You have this Call of the Muse card in your next row, which is like wanting to have a muse, wanting to have something that motivates you to action in work or business or whatever it is that you do. So, again, I feel like you're just looking for more excitement in work for some of you, and it's like you're finding it. With the High Priestess, you have the King of Swords. Yeah, this could be you letting go of a person, like a cold, icy, cold person from the past. So if you have a person like that, definitely, excuse me, definitely could be a person that you're letting go of from the past. Sorry, I got COVID again, so, I'm better now. I've had it for like over a week, and luckily it was very mild. So, and I started taking stuff right away. So, I'm good, but I just have that cough. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is a card of wish fulfillment. So I do feel like there is some sort of wish that's coming in for you here. I would focus on this. Some Nine of Cups, we have to bathe in the energy of what we want so that we can have it with the Nine of Cups, right? So, again, and we have to do it before we have it. So if you want money, you have to bathe in the energy of money. If you want love, you have to bathe in the energy of love before you can have it. So, but the thing is I almost feel like you've manifested something new here. This big new opportunity. It's like the universe, you ask for something and the universe is like, okay, here you go. This is the hand of God reaching out and making you an offer. So I do feel like there's something coming in for you that you've really been asking for. With the Two of Wands, you have the Queen of Pentacles here. For some reason, I thought you had the King of Pentacles. I guess not, but Queen of Pentacles, card of resourcefulness. This is actually really good because I feel like this here is saying that you no longer are having to be so resourceful. I wouldn't encourage you to go waste your money right now. Of course not. But, what I would say is that it looks to me like you are, you're finding resources are coming in a little bit easier. This could be financially, of course, as well with the Ace of Pentacles. And if you're not finding that your resources are coming in easier, I would look for a way to get resources into your life easier. Like maybe you need to start a side hustle. Maybe you need to start driving for Uber or start a YouTube channel or something like that. Again, I always tell people it's like tarot can't make anything happen in your life, right? So it's like all tarot can do is point out an opportunity that you have to double down on and take advantage of. So it looks to me like there's a big opportunity coming in for you that could be really helpful, but if you don't look for it or you don't find it or you don't take advantage of it, it's not going to happen. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Call of the Muse card. You also have this Birds of a Feather card. That Call of the Muse card, I feel, is really saying that you are feeling very inspired. It's like sometimes it is like let's just put it out there, Scorpio. It is very hard to work when you don't feel inspired to work. You know what I mean? It's like if I didn't feel inspired, I've been doing this for almost 10 years now on YouTube. Like I've never missed a week. Like one time I missed a week when I had COVID the first time, right? And so like I've never missed any days basically. So I always feel inspired to do this. But it's like there are other things in my life where if I don't feel inspired to do it, I don't do it, plain and simple. So, again, I think that Call of the Muse card could be saying that you feel that you're finding something that you feel very inspired to do. The Birds of the Feather card, I do feel it's super important, again, with this eclipse that we cut people out who aren't right for us. So again, if you have people in your life who are toxic or whatever, I would make sure to surround yourself with positive people. You have the Temperance card. I've noticed a lot of Temperance energy as well in these eclipse readings. So, it could be a really good time. If there's something you want to improve in your life or something you want to change, like now is the time. Temperance is about turning one thing into another. You can turn a positive into a negative. You can turn a negative into a positive as well, which is obviously the direction you want to go in. So if there is something that has been a challenge or negative in your life, I would work with the energy and try to create some improvements here. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is a big offer coming in for you. And I kind of feel like there are multiple offers. Number one, there could be a love offer here, right, coming in for you. So if you want love, definitely looks like there's an admirer coming in for you. This could also just be a new path going to the Lovers. The Lovers traditionally was just a card of the crossroads, like having a choice to make, having a direction to choose. So you have the Seven of Pentacles here. It's like you're aligning with a new direction in your life, something that's going to be much more fulfilling, I feel. You have the Judgment card here as well. So you're probably like waking up to some sort of truth. I do feel like there could be, kind of like a big aha moment for you during the eclipse, specifically like, maybe like a couple days before, a couple days after the eclipse, like I always say, like, astrology doesn't happen necessarily like on the day. You can have some sort of realization a couple days before, a couple days after, who knows, right? But I would pay attention to anything that's kind of like waking you up, where you're like, that's a new way to look at business, or those are the words I feel like you'll be saying to yourself, like that's a new way to look at love, or to look at business, or to look at my job, or whatever it is. It's like a new perspective that you're gaining here. So let's see. With the Temperance card, you have the Empress. Yes, definitely a lot more abundance coming in for you. Again, I wouldn't go spend crazy, right? I always tell people, even if you had $1 billion in the bank account right now, I would say, like, don't go crazy at this time. Like, I think we need to kind of keep our heads on straight, right? With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Magician. Yes, didn't I say you attracted this? The Ace of Pentacles, I literally feel you attracted this offer. It's like something you've been praying for, hoping for. I feel like I've said this to you in like multiple readings now, and, specifically you. That, you've been praying or asking the universe for something, and you are specifically getting it. And again, I'm pretty sure, sorry, wrong camera. I'm pretty sure I've been saying this to you for a while. So I don't know. After I'm done with this reading, I'm going to go back and look at what I said to you in the past readings, because I'm pretty sure I titled one of your recent readings like a couple weeks ago, like what you've been praying for is here or something like that, because it just gives me those vibes. Like you've been asking for something, and now you're getting it. With the Judgment card, you have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands says, go on the adventure. He also says, like, don't be afraid to build, right? I do believe we're in a time of building. There's so much breaking in the world. And I always tell people, like, you have I think it's much better to build something new than it is to focus on everything that's breaking. So we're in a time of breaking, like literally a time of breakdown. Pluto going over the cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius is kind of like the breakdown of establishment. Pluto just leaving Capricorn in general is the breakdown of establishment. So we are literally just watching things break. Instead of focusing on it, focus on building something, right? Because that's what we should be doing. It's like we can focus on all the stuff that's breaking, which it doesn't help because it's just breaking anyway. Or we can focus on other like good stuff that we can do, that we can change. And that's exactly what I would do here with the Knight of Wands. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this gift card. It says someone will give you a gift or help you in some way. You have natural talents, gifts, and abilities just waiting to be discovered. You have this card that says it will all make sense to you soon. Yes, everything you've been through, everything is catching up. Always the catch-up readings, ketchup and mustard for you here, Scorpio, right? Everything is adding up. You have the Lovers, so Lovers, Page of Cups, definitely could be a lover that's coming in for you, but I almost feel it's a divinely guided path. Again, the Lovers, traditionally, was being at a crossroads, having a choice to make or having a new direction to choose from. And so I feel like there is a direction that you could be choosing in your life. It's like a new direction. And I feel like it's going to be very successful for you, whatever this new direction is. It's like a new path. Like I said, I feel like you've been at a crossroads for a very long period of time, and where you're kind of like saying, Seven of Pentacles. I put all this energy into what I've been working on for a long time, but I just keep getting the same result. That's basically what he's saying. He's saying to himself, on the Seven of Pentacles here, he's kind of saying to himself, like, okay, is there something better or different that I could be doing with my life? Is there, kind of a new direction that I could be moving in? Or, should I just keep doing what I've been doing? And there, like, isn't a right or a wrong answer with the Seven of Pentacles, but in your reading, there is a right answer, which is pick something new. There's a big new opportunity that will probably change your life. You have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is, of course, could be new love being offered to you. He is the admirer. He also represents a dream. This fish right here, I always say, that fish might not exist. That might be something that he is imagining. And I always say also that he needs to grab onto that fish. It could be something that he's trying to like manifest or create. You have the moon here. So you have the moon twice. The moon, everybody's had the moon so far. And I do feel we're kind of like in a period of darkness. The thing about Libra, and this eclipse is in Libra, is that the only thing we have to trust is cause and effect. Like if you put energy into something, do you get energy back? If the answer is yes, keep moving that direction. If the answer is no, then change direction, right? It's pretty simple. With the Lovers, you have the Three of Pentacles. I actually really like the Three of Pentacles for love because it's like a person who really wants to work on a team, a person who really wants to create something, solid with you. So, that's pretty good. Again, really amazing for work. And you have that card that says you have hidden talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. Three of Pentacles is a card of quality work. So it's like there's something you're good at that you should be doing. With the Page of Cups, you have the Queen of Cups. Definitely could be a Cancer coming in for you. Could be any sign, general reading. I also feel that this could be you kind of, it's almost like your emotions are attached to something that could be very successful. So, I always say with the Queen of Cups that we have to move towards our heart. Like our heart is usually telling us to do something with the Queen of Cups, and we just have to move in that direction. With the Moon, you have the Six of Swords. Yeah, definitely moving on to calmer shores. I feel there are big improvements coming in for you as well. Pretty simple reading. We're going to pull 5 main themes now, and I'm using Mega Deck here to pull the 5 themes. You have this call card. It's like judgment. So I feel like you're being called to something greater. Again, I feel like this reading is saying answer the call. You have the Judgment card in the area of, what's coming in for you. And it's like you're having some sort of either aha moment or, and I really feel it's right around the eclipse. Like I said, 2 days before, 2 days after, like within, that 5-day time frame, right? So I would just pay attention that whole entire week, right? The universe doesn't wear a watch. So I would pay attention. You're being called to something greater. You have this Emperor here. The Emperor is about taking action. I feel like you're ready to take action on this new path that is a Lovers, like the crossroads. You have this Two of Swords here. Two of Swords is a different solution to your problems. Two of Swords, she's normally thinking this or that, but she has a new island behind her. And so I always say she can represent a third option, a third place where you could take your life. And you have the Six of Swords as well, which Six of Swords like moving across the choppy waters. So I would encourage you to go, in new directions. You have this Love card here, which I believe is strength in this deck. So, I feel for a lot of you, you've been very strong for a very long period of time. And this is going to lead to a lot more success for you, I believe. Just in general, I feel like there's something, I'm pausing because I feel like there's something that you've been working on like every single day is what I'm getting here. So, if you've been working to perfect a skill, or maybe you've just been going to college or something, I feel like that's going to pay off for you. I don't know. It's popping into my head. You have this Pachamama card. I feel like you are very connected. I also feel like grounding activities would be very good for you. So anything you can do to ground yourself and to tap in, especially so that you can hear this right here. I feel like this is what you need to hear. It's like this reading is saying, answer this call. It's important. Plain and simple. But this looks really good. I like it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.